Look, we now have naval warfare within Bannerlord, and what I wanted to do is show off some of the cool additions that they've actually put into this. Not just being able to fight in open seas, of course, with some different variations of ships, but the troops that are best to work on these ships, the upgrades you can put in them, and of course the different scenes and maps that they've added in. We're going to be fighting an open ocean, we're going to be fighting coastal battles and down rivers with longships, but more importantly, we're going to get to the end of the video and I'm going to show you the greatest army you can possibly have on a ship in Bannerlord, full stop. Make sure if you want to go and get Bannerlord's War Sales expansion, you go down into the description onto Games Planet and you'll get the best discount using code RESONANT. Now, of course, I wanted to really show off this DLC, and the best way to do it is one of the coolest new features that it has to offer, and this is the ability to do naval custom battles. So we can actually delve in and explore all the incredible ships and the upgrades that we can give them. For example, we have I don't particularly want this actually we can start with this ship. This gives us a good example of how this might work. So we can have one ship there, we can also put one with first upgrade, we can also put one with the next level of upgrade, and one with full upgrades, and we can actually see just how this works properly. Now, of course, the upgrades you put on ships will differ quite a lot. You can see we've got some sort of like oval shields on these ones, we have the basic round shields, we also have our initial one that has no shields on them, and of course better shields, so on and so forth. But they'll also have stronger hulls, sometimes they'll have ballistas on them and things like that, but these smaller ships tend not to have that sort of thing. Of course, it gives us an indicator to see how we can put people on ships as well. They will actually, in the custom battles now, they will offer you up just the ability to pop people and companions depending on how many ships you have, and they're all the ones that you could necessarily play as. Being able to actually change, so I want some heavy troops here, higher tier troops, and let's go with a mix of archers and non-archers. And then with the high tiers, we can actually get a better look at what some of these mean. So of course, we have the highest tier possible. I think this is my ship, I think this is me actually. Looking pretty goddamn cool here actually. And these, as far as I'm aware, are the top tiers of every faction. So I think this is the top tier of the Nord ships. I think this is possibly the Valandians here. We've got the Empire. I think we're going to like Azerai or Eastern over here as well. And possibly same here. But yeah, these are all the top tiers, and they're all the heavy classes, so they can hold the most. And of course, well, I have stacked them with as many troops as possible. Because, well, this custom battle gets incredibly in-depth. But before we get into that, let's actually start off by ordering our troops about. So we can select different units. You can see where the arrow is. Okay, so we're over here. We can get them to sort of go in different directions. Let's get them to charge there, maybe. Maybe we want these guys. They can move forward, and we can get them to go wherever we like them to, like that. Or we can just delegate and they will do what they need to do. Now the wind is in my direction, so if I press Z, sails come down. Now once you've got the sails down, you're pretty much set to do whatever. So you can press F and you can walk around the ship as you'd expect, and we can actually stroll around, and because we've caught the wind at the right angle, we don't really actually need to do too much before we get into the battle itself. You can see my boys rowing, doing their thing. Why you come over here? Sometimes the AI and the ships will just completely meld into one another. It's a little bit embarrassing. Hello, Mr. Ballista Man. Now, here come the enemy fleet up above. Now, the ballistas, they don't have the best range in the world. They are pretty goddamn cool. Now, these guys will mostly follow to my speed and go wherever I'm going, but we don't really need to use the oars at this point in time. In fact, let's head back up to the front, and we can actually put these oars away for now because they're actually completely unnecessary, and they will slightly slow you down, or there's a chance they can be broken and you're not going to be as maneuverable. So if we press X, the men will bring their oars in like such. We can press X again and they'll bring the final few oars in. Beautiful. So the least amount are going to get broken if we smack into someone. Now it's the same with Z. If I press Z once, puts down the top sail. We still have one sail in order to steer properly. We can put both down, but I'm going to keep sails in their right position. And okay, the first shots are coming in now. Let's make sure we are getting in the right position, and we can also get into our fire pot. We can shoot right into the front there, and in fact, that is going to cause some mayhem. We're going to get for a ram, and as we are ramming, Jesus Christ, man, that was brutal. That was brutal. Okay, now we can attempt our boarding. Let's get their flagship down. Let's get their flagship down. Now, my men are sort of built for this sort of boarding action. So the grapples have gone across, and you can do the grappling yourself as well. You can see there's grapples on either side. You can pick up these hooks. And if we wanted to grapple someone over there, well, it's doable. Did we? No, we missed. We missed. But have we managed to grapple these guys? I think just about. We are taking a lot of hits, but we are reeling them in. They are coming. Come on, boys. I've got some throwing axes here. They are coming. They've got some crossbows up there. No, we've not managed to hit them. God, they are pinging us with a lot of damage right now. We just need to be able to get up nice and close. Come on, keep it grappling. Keep that grappling. Bring them in. Once we've got these oars smashed, and once we can actually link onto their ship, there we go, there's a nice little hit, we should be able to get a ton of damage in, because our guys are seafaring people. They are they are taking an absolute beating. Looks like crossbows might be the meta on ships, you know, the absolute meta. They could be the most powerful, because yeah, my men have thinned down massively, but the ramps are over, so we are going to be heading into the fray right now. Go, 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 go. Oh god, oh god, charge them, boys. I want you to charge, please, please. There we go. Let's head over. Smash them to pieces. Now, it looks like they've been boarded from the other side as well, which is to our advantage. Of course, now the melee fights begin. Isn't it great that you can actually board... Okay, their reinforcements are coming back over. Gotta be careful about this, because I am very much on my own here. Boys, be wary, be careful. Let's get our men to charge over. There we go. They should start to push over there. And then once they're fully over, that will mean we've actually captured that ship, because it's not completely gone down. And I think... Oh, no, they've still got one boat over there. But I wonder... Right, what we need to do is we need to control the ship and cut them. If we press X, that should cut the lines, and our men should head over. You can hear them soaring away. And there we go. They've undone that one. The other archers, they've undone that one. So now, what we're going to want to do is put our sails in, because we're not catching really any good wind here. Ship is going down fast. But our ship is in pretty good state. In fact, we managed to keep it really solidified here. In fact... Our sails can go back up as we get the twist on. The turning circle of these big ships is pretty awful, I'm going to be completely honest. But it doesn't really matter, because that ship's not going anywhere. We still have two pretty full ships of these heavy warfare ships. They're pretty goddamn cool. Oh, here we go. We're coming round. But one thing it is worth to note is it's not really just about these open sea battles, because they have gone so far in depth about the scenes that they're making with the naval battles. So there is so much more than just fighting in open ocean. Unfortunately, speed is not on our side here, but it doesn't matter, because I'm actually just heading for this bad boy. Sorry, lads. I just wanted to find out what happens if we... Oh, that was so worth it. But this is where things start to get very special, because you're going to be fighting in rivers a lot of the time when you're actually getting up close and personal with these boys, and this is where the Nord longships come in handy. And the way that I wanted to showcase this is by having, well, troops and fleets of this Lord longship and putting them up against the biggest of the biggest when it comes to enemies. So what we're going to do is let's put our sails down, everybody. Let's head through. Let's get our sails moving, and let's get rowing as well. Now, the wind is obviously less when we get... Oh my god. Oh my god. The wind is obviously less when we're up against, well, mountains and things like that. But you can see how fast and swiftly the longships can actually move through this area. And my guess is that the heavy Empire lads are going to be... Guys, what are we doing? What's... Okay, boys, they're up ahead. We can see the... huge sails. Now, they have the biggest ships possible within this game, and as you can see, they are very uptight, and they are going to be a bit stronger in terms of their actual navy, but they're not going to have time or maneuverability to get around us. We're going to be able to get straight in there and board onto them, and that is where I'm hoping our wins will come in, because we do have the stronger infantry. We've also got Sea Hound and Marksmen, and these guys are absolutely brutal when it comes to fighting deck to deck, because, well, you know, they don't just have great bowman strength. They've got a lot else that goes for them as well. Okay, boys. Now, going for a ram would be silly at this point. I definitely think it would be silly. You can see how big their ships are. They fill up the whole goddamn river. We're able to sort of swoosh around them a little bit. I don't really want to get caught between two, so what I am going to do is just skirmish a little bit. We've got some good archers, but oh, they still have their crossbows, which we know are completely brutal. Let's go for their little sloop first and see how that works out. Oh my words! Oh my god! This is definitely peak Mountain Blade. Right, sails up. Let's get to the board. Attempt boarding. Oh, they've gone past us. Can we catch them? No. Our men have fallen overboard. Some men have actually gone overboard. Not ideal. We've managed to go right through them. But I can hear the crashing, and I'm assuming that means our longships have come straight into the enemy. We've got men that are swimming over our ship. Now, they will swim after your ship. That is a thing that happens. Unfortunately, we did not manage to catch them with our good old grapples. But, as we can see by the kill feed, things aren't going too bad. Our archers aren't doing a horrific job. And they have managed to swoop through and sort of clear through the debris. Now, these bigger enemy ships are going to be packed with possibly more men. So we're going to have to really go into our fighting skills. But I'm thinking, once we now can get up close, still got guys that are following me. They are swimming behind. That's hilarious. Once we get up and personal, the kills are going to come in and we're going to be at an advantage here. So let's try and get a boarding action. There's a boarding action here. It looks like, yeah, we've got 2 friendly ships on an enemy ship, so that should go for us. There's a lot of enemy ships in one place here, so I don't want to get too caught up in all of them, but we might actually have to just issue a board here. So who are we going to go for? Let's go through to this guy. Here we go. He's on his own. He's surrounded by friendly. He's actually only got 12 people on him. Okay, it's you. It's you. It's got to be you. It's got to be you. Oh no, coming right in our flank. Oh, that did damage. That did a lot of damage, but we've made it up. We've made it up. Let's get those bridges built. Okay, this is going to be the real test to see how the Nords can do, because we are heavily outnumbered here. We are insanely outnumbered. But I think our guys at sea are going to be incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and actually should be able to get quite a number of kills, if not try and at least push them back and hold out until friends come aboard. But the axes, they are brutal. Just got to keep swinging. This guy's got a lot of heavy army, but it's not enough. Stay able to take him out, actually. Come on, boys. Right, lads, what we need. Everybody, charge. Let's get them to charge into the enemy. Defeat them at close range, and the battles shall be won. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my men. Oh, they've got reinforcements. This is why. This is why. Ow. Ow. There's too many of them. There's too many of them. Ugh. Now, here's one of the cool features about the new edition. I can take control of a character. And now I'm this guy. Yeah, this is just a thing that you do in Mount & Blade now. It is insane. It is incredible. So now we are a part of this ship. We've got everything this character has. In fact, he has no arrows, which is a little bit embarrassing. And you've just been shot. That's even more embarrassing. Oh god, let's get our shield out. This is one of the Norse archers. So yeah, Bannerlord has just added in the ability to play as one of your agents even when you die. It looks like we've actually taken that ship over there. Now, do I have control? No. I don't have control of these boys, so I'm no longer the commander, so they're not going to talk to me or listen to me. But at least we can carry on our fight. I had no idea they had all these swords in here. Oh, have I just... Sorry, I just kicked you out the... No, okay. Oh, they're on... Oh, no! I might... No, men! Guys! No, please! Please! No, let me back in! Let me... Oh, I got on the... Okay, we're going up here now. I have captured this ship. This is now my ship. I have decided this is becoming part of the fleet. What a beautiful piece of kit. Look at this bad boy. There's a little room down here. Yeah, they are sawing them off. Now, in terms of actual overall victory, it looks like our team has done a fantastic bit of work there, and we have actually managed to win. I love it. I love it. Now, I have found a bug here. I cannot control this ship, and the men are not going to leave on their own. So there is nothing more that can be done. However, one cool thing you can do in these ship battles is you can just hop out and swim to shore. And then finally, we have the final part that I wanted to show off. And that is exactly the way you should be playing this game. Now, of course, I'm playing as the Battanians, and as you might have worked out, I've got a few friends here, and I think these guys might just help me exactly how I need them to. Right, boys, this is going to be the most glorious battle you have ever seen in your life, and this is exactly the way you have to play War Sails. This is the only way. Can I get back in control, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's keep those rowings going. Oh, we're about to hit each other. The AI has this thing where they just love to crash into each other. I don't know who decided that was a good idea, but that just seems to be the way they are. However, This is the best way I've found to absolutely conquer the world, by being the most powerful fleet possible. Because it doesn't matter if you're playing as the Nords, it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you have the greatest troops and some pretty decent ships. Now, these ships do have rams on the front, they do have ballistas on the front, and actually what we can do is we can run around in circles, firing firepot ballistas that will be able to take out these sails. And the problem is, we have the wind on our side, so we're going to be at a big advantage by just heading straight for someone. So let's make a, well, an absolute Hail Mary for the center. I'm thinking they are twisting slightly to the side. So at this rate, probably this guy here, but we might, yeah, it looks like we're going straight towards this boy. In fact, if we hold it here, is this going to be too high? Oh, yep, looks like it. They're firing at us, but we're also going to do the same, and we're going to get probably a good ramming hit. There we go, right in the side. Beautiful. Let's try and attempt that boarding then, shall we? We have the Britannian Fian. We are surrounded on all sides, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it goddamn matters because we are the Fian. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Attempt that board. Attempt that board. Get into them. I want you to grapple hook these mofos. Oh, we are being grappled from both sides. Oh, we are definitely caught in the middle here. We are so caught in the middle. But look at the kill feed. It's going crazy. They have really just grappled themselves into the claws of death. And then we're going over. Of course, it's now melee fighting, but we know how good the Britannian Fian are doing at such a thing. And we also have all of this cover that we can use. I hope the other ships are doing a fantastic job as well. I think they're just going to be sitting at the sides, popping off shots. And really, this is a navy that can't be beaten. Yeah, they've cleared out that ship. They've cleared out that ship. And this ship, we haven't even had to go onto it. And it's already done. Right, let's cut loose, boys. Can you get off and cut loose, please? Thank you. Thank you. Let's cut free. Do we have any enemies left? There's one ship. They're actually all gone. Well, now you know the definitive best way to play War Sails. The strongest army and the best ship you could possibly have. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's got Fian involved. Pretty much the same as Bannerlord has always been. Let's put down our sails and let's get out of here.